Alrighty, we are going live. Welcome to the Option Genius Show. My name is Alan. I'm here with Matt, and we're here to talk about markets. Today's topic, amongst others, that we'll get to is: Are we going to have a Santa Claus rally in 2025? We'll talk about that. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. You doing all
Awesome.
right?
Yep. Good day today. Let's see here. S&P's up 0.75%. RUT's up 1.5%. Oil's down 1%. Dollars flat, which is fine. Nasdaq's up 1%. Dow Jones up 0.5%. Gold is up 1.7, 1.1. VIX is actually at 17.5. So not too low, not too high, kind of in the middle. Good for theta. And the Bitcoin is at 104.
Right.
600.
Dropped below 100,000 yesterday.
Drop below 100,000. Yeah. What is it? It's broken? Is it over? It's just dead? What do you
No.
think?
I think something that crashes. Okay, so I have my opinions on this. You have an asset that is, call it an asset. It's very young, right? 17 years old, somewhere around there. It's crashing down to 100. So, no, I don't think it's over.
So would you buy more?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I would say that if you held Bitcoin for 4 years and didn't sell it, you would never lose money
Up till now.
up to now. And it's been that way for 17 years. So it's
Hmm.
pretty good chances.
We did have a fellow. He was an investor in the fund, and he, we were talking, and he was saying, you know what? I'm following this other guy, this other guru, and that guru is saying to put all of your money into Bitcoin. And this was like a year ago. Um, And so that's what he did. He took every single penny he had and put it all into Bitcoin. I don't know. Is that a good idea or not?
I don't think it's a good idea, right? I think that if you don't know something, especially, right, and something that is unproven, I mean, it is starting to prove itself, right? It's only 17 years old, and you could put it side by side,
Mm-hmm.
right? Something that is like gold, for example. That's
Mm-hmm.
like 5,000, 6,000 years, right?
Okay. Right.
Just thinking logically about that, I would never put, I would start with like a portion of your portfolio. And I'd say like, for me, I'd say like 5 to 10% at most,
Okay.
depending on how convicted you are.
Right. Now,
But
you said you should not do that because something it's new and unproven. And you also said another one, I forgot what it was. You said two kind of things. So I'm thinking, okay, new and unproven, 17 years old, ETFs are about the same age.
mhm,
Um, I would say a lot of these SPAC companies are a lot less than that. Um, quantum computing is nowhere near that. Um, you know, so in terms of what people are investing in, it's not that old, I would say. And oh, the other thing you said, if you don't know anything about it, right? That was the other
of
criteria you
course,
had. If
yeah.
you don't know anything
I
about
mean,
it, well, to be honest, how many of us know anything about a GPU? But everybody's in NVIDIA.
correct. But
Yes.
you can generally um, look at a GPU and you can look at the technology
I
and
don't even know what GPU stands for.
then there's general processing unit, probably something like
General? Okay.
that. I don't know.
Something.
Right. You're not going to know everything, right? But you can generally see the trends on something. And I would say, if you were to put all your capital into something, that's just like to me, that's like going to a casino and putting it on red or black.
Hmm.
It'll
But
it'll probably end up on double green.
so
Okay.
I'm gonna rewind our conversation, and
Sure.
I believe it was you who said this like 5 minutes ago that if you had put your money in Bitcoin in the last 4 years, you would never lose money or something like that. I forgot exactly what you said.
Right. Based on
But
what is
over any
so far.
4-year period, you would never have lost money. So isn't that the point of investing?
It is. I think it's. I don't get off topic, but I think you can be generally directionally correct, right? And so far, you are gen directionally correct on that asset so far.
Right. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Oh, I know, and I'm saying like in anything in my mind, you don't want to put everything in something.
So there is something called the Bitcoin family. I don't know if you heard of that.
No.
There was this guy years ago, maybe 6 years, 8 years, 10 years ago, maybe. It's been a while. Sold everything. House, cars, assets, everything, yeah, everything they had, put it all in Bitcoin. Now they got, I think, like 4 kids. And since then, they've been traveling the world.
Mhm.
And they are filthy rich. So rich to the point where they have to like be careful that they're not followed, be careful when they access their coins because they're hidden in strategic places around the world. I mean, they got
I
like
have to, yeah.
top-notch security now as they go around because everybody knows them as the Bitcoin family. They're famous. And I mean, he went on and did like interviews and stuff like that. So people kind of know, okay, this guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So um, something like that, and that's the poster child, right? Everybody's like, oh, man, I wish I had done that. Oh man, I wish I had bought a bunch of coins when it was like, $1 a coin or something. Um, so and then we got Russ Hallam's in the house. He's chiming in. He was never according to his comment, he goes, never put everything in one basket. Never put all your coins in one basket.
But I also would say I don't want to put everything in so many baskets because I call it diversification instead of diversification, right? So you
Yep.
have to have some level of conviction and you have to go deep into something. Um, and I think that will naturally you will allocate according to that, I think, to your
Okay.
conviction.
So a few years ago, I was in this networking group called Entrepreneurs Organization. And one of the things that they have chapters all over the country. And so the Omaha, Nebraska chapter reached out and said, "Hey, we have tickets to the Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. If anybody wants to come, we're going to plan a whole weekend, and you guys can come, and we'll all go to the meeting together and do other stuff." And so me and my wife went because I thought that would be really cool, to go see
That's
the
on my bucket list. I
Berkshire
those
Hathaway. You
ones
better
are
hurry
one.
up because
I
I mean
know
he
it's probably not going to happen.
yeah, I mean you could buy tickets on eBay. Um
And you have to have one share, I think, don't
you
you?
have to
You
have
have
at
to
least
have
one share
one
to get in,
share
yes.
per share.
Yeah, so these guys had a bunch of these guys had a bunch of people that had tickets, so they gave them out. And so it was exciting. It was a great weekend. We went to a couple different other places to do tours of other businesses, and they had like a little Cirque Soleil for us and everything. And there was a guy that was actually with us. At the time, nobody had ever heard of this guy before. His name was Tim Ferriss. Right now, he's very famous. But at that time, his first book had just come out, 4 Hour Work Week, and really nobody kind of knew him. So he was there with us. We met him, we hung out with him, got to know him. And this guy he's bold. He's a bold guy. He's not afraid. And so when the um, basically at the shareholders meeting, it's in the past, this was in the past when we went, there's a little stage and you have a table and you have some Cokes and you have some chocolate or something there. And Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger could come and they would sit in the two chairs. And everybody else, it's like the rest of the place is just like an auditorium. And then they had another auditorium where people had to sit because if you didn't make it into the main auditorium, you had to go to the other auditorium and you got a live screen. Um, And so in the beginning, they would talk about, oh, we made this much money and we did this and we did that and we bought this and we didn't buy this and this company is doing well and this company is doing well and this division is doing good. And so just the general shareholder meeting stuff. And then they had any votes, they vote, oh, we're voting for this, doing this, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, they would open it up to questions from the audience. And this guy, Tim Ferriss, he actually got up and he stood in line and he asked a question. He goes, I'm a young guy. He was in his 20s. Um, what's the best way for me to get rich and to succeed? And Buffett's answer was to focus on one thing that you're good at. He goes, if you're good at writing, then do that. If you're good at this, do that. But in order to succeed, he goes, don't put your eggs all in different baskets. He goes, put your egg in one basket and wash the basket, which is the opposite of what we've been told all the time, right? He goes, the fastest way to succeed in anything is to focus on just one thing and ride that sucker up. And so I've always looked at that and said, we're told, oh, don't put all your money in different baskets. That's fine, but that's not the best way to succeed. And if that's your goal to just skyrocket. The other thing Buffett always says is, you know, imagine that you're a baseball player and you only have, I think he gives you five swings. You can only swing five times, but you can't strike out. So you can take a million pitches, but you just have to wait for that one perfect pitch to swing at because you can only swing five times in your life. And for him, that's investing. So
Yeah.
basically, the idea there is you wait and wait and wait for that one perfect trade or that one perfect stock investment, and you put it all in there. And
Right.
maybe you have up to five.
That wasn't always Warren Buffett's thinking, right? I think a lot of that is Charlie Munger, and their relationship together. Because Charlie Munger, if you look at his portfolio, well, now he's dead, but if when you did, he literally had just four stocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was it. He was into like BlackBerry, call it what you will back then, but he was into certain stocks, um, and he would just like you described, he's waiting for that pitch. I think Buffett eventually turned to that idea of thinking. He was always on getting everything on sale, right, at bottom
Yeah.
prices.
Right.
But then he started to kind of say, okay, you really have only 20 shots in your lifetime, and they should be high intensity focused shots of what stocks you're going to get. And they also said the money's in the waiting, right? So not everyone can do that. Sit there and sit in something long and long, not do anything, right? So yeah, I agree. To some degree, you have to have that ability to sit on something and be convicted in it and not be all over the place, I think, in what you're choosing.
Hmm.
Because if you're going to do that, you might as well just buy the market, which is not wrong, right? You just buy the index and sit on it over time
Hmm. Yeah, if you're okay with 8%
on
average.
average, right? But then you got inflation. So I don't know.
Yeah. So it's interesting. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, I myself, I don't think it's done. That was just a funny question. It's like, oh, is it done? Is it dead? No, it's
Well,
not dead.
I think that you can see, right? Anybody can look at something and be like, okay, this is getting, it's becoming more and more entrenched in our lives and we're becoming more digital. You can see that the adoption is increasing, and I don't think it's going to go away. I think that that day closed really when there are Bitcoin ETFs, right? I think that that's it's here to stay to
Yeah,
some
it
degree.
seems like it's being pushed into being a commodity,
Mhm.
kind of like oil, gold, soybeans, that kind of thing. Um, because it's like, one Bitcoin is the same as any other Bitcoin. There's no earnings, there's no dividends, there's nothing like that. So,
I'll
and
see
they,
you.
and, no,
Stuff like
so, yeah, and they gave it to the CFTC, right? The Commodities the Commodities Commission. So it's like, okay, this is not a security. This is just a thing that people are trading. Okay, it's a commodity. Let them handle it. And
it's
so
awesome. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, things like gold, currencies, all this, people trade it. They're not going away. I don't think this will go away either. It has a good support system built in, and now that Wall Street has adopted it. Um, but I guess coming back to the question, should we put all of our money into it? Uh, I don't know.
Well, you do see advisors. There's I don't know, Rick Edelman. He's
Mm-hmm.
a he's a
Financial planner, yeah.
well-known financial planner, and he's suggesting 40% of your portfolio. So that's quite big on a guy like that who manages lots of money.
Yeah, and I mean, Bitcoin was recently at what, 120? Now it's at 100, so it had like a 20% drop. So, and that's like in a week or a month, something like really
Well,
quick.
yeah, I mean, an asset has to mature too, and I think that to some degree you have these people like the one you described who has all this money. Um, they get to a certain level. I think it's a certain number for anybody. They're going to sell at some point and take that wealth, right? To everyone has their number, so I think it's maturing as an asset, and people will start putting their money into. It's not that big, so if someone in the past put their money into Bitcoin, it couldn't absorb it, right? It would just move it, and you have these huge drops. So I think it's kind of starting to mature a little bit.
Hmm. Okay. So what else is going on in the markets today?
Well, we had that huge sell-off yesterday, right? Little jitters. A lot of tech was down. Today is a nice little rebound. We got some good news this morning. It's about
What was that?
it was no, it's job numbers, wasn't it? No, it wasn't jobs. It was we had a report this morning.
I don't remember. I know there was something going on with tariffs and the Senate and stuff like that, and there was all these elections happening. Um, I don't remember any news coming out, but that's okay. Um, Let's see what happens with the tariffs. What do you right now, the prediction markets, like the two or three companies where people can go and bet what's going to happen, they're saying 30% chance the Supreme Court will uphold the Trump tariffs. So 70% chance that they will not. That's just people betting, right? So who knows? But that'd be pretty interesting if they shut down the tariffs. And they won't be able to shut down all of
Well,
them,
right, and they said
just
they
some of them.
can't really make that decision, really wouldn't till June of this coming June.
Why? Why is that?
Well, they have to rule on it. They have to go through all the procedures. It's not like it's going to just happen tomorrow.
Ah, okay, okay.
So there was an ADP non-farm employment change.
Ah, okay.
They got better numbers than they expected.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You know,
So
um, we did have a market power winner this morning. That was great.
we did. That was a nice one. Beautiful one.
Yep. And we might get another one this afternoon.
Quite
Another
possible.
trade. So I think we were at point 0.9. Let's see where we're at right now. 0.88. So
Yeah, came
almost
up
there.
to almost there. They can make a run for it at the end.
Yep. So that'd be cool. And then we had a lottery ticket hit on, was it Monday? So that was a nice chunk. $1,000 winner, just like that. So cool. Things are going well market power wise. We had the club orientation call yesterday with the first members. That was fun, telling them, hey, what's going down the pipeline. One thing I forgot to mention, that's coming in the club, I forgot to put it on the slides, was that we're gonna have like an AI coach, an AI trading coach.
Oh,
I don't know if we're
yeah.
gonna call it AI Allen or maybe just Walter. We'll call it Walter. Put his little cartoon face there, and so if anybody has a question, the AI is trained on all of our materials. So if they have a question like, "Oh, in this situation, what do I do?" The AI coach could give an idea, like, "Oh, you could do this, and you could do this, and you could do this," and give them different options and walk them through the whole process of how to think about it. I think
Which is
that.
amazing. Like you could think back just even 2 years ago and you'd be like, no, that you can't do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
Yes.
the future, right?
Yeah,
People nowadays they're girlfriends with their chat GPTs. So it's like okay, if you can have a relationship, yeah, I guess we can have a coach.
it's true.
Oh man. Funny world. What a funny world we're coming to. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be, like 24 hours a day, no matter what. You have a question, you can ask the AI, and it's already, I guess it depends on how well it's trained and the content that you give it. But I mean, we're going to feed it everything we have. So supposedly it's going to be as good as me giving advice or you giving advice to somebody. It's just the AI will take what we've already answered in the past and adapt it to the new question and give the answer. So
Yeah.
that thing's gonna put us out of a job.
No, we don't give advice.
So,
Blame it on
well,
Walter.
yeah, you can't listen to AI.
But
Oh
I'm
man.
very excited about the club. I mean, having the community is such an important thing, and it's going to be exciting to have everyone, you know, communicating with each other and bouncing ideas off each other. And that's, like you said, in that meeting, it's the best way to learn. So,
Hmm. Yep. We've got some really smart people in there. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be learning as well from them. So, it's going to be fun. And, so it is November. It's our first call in November. And, is it? Or did we have one on Monday? No, this is the first call. Yeah, we had one on Halloween, right? So, first November call. October is over. Scary October, scary November, or scary September. Both over. Now we got smooth November and Santa Claus rally December.
right, we go back to last year. There was a no Santa Claus rally, so it's not guaranteed, right? But it looks likely.
So what's the verdict? Do you think we're gonna get it?
I think we're going to get it, but it's going to be, I think it'll be a little muted. Right? 'Cause I think whenever everyone's expecting something to happen, it may happen, but I think it'll be a more of a muted arrival of that
Well, now we have the biggest thing, which is the Fed cut, no
next.
cut December. I think that will tell us if we're getting a rally or not. If they do cut, I think we go higher. If they don't cut, I think we go lower. I don't think we're going to go sideways. It's one or the other.
Yeah, I think we'll get it, but it'll be just another quarter point.
And I think it depends on if the government is open or not.
Right, and this is what the longest in history as of today.
That's today, the longest shutdown in
36 days.
history.
Yep, beat the old record at 35.
Yep.
Not a record you want to beat.
Well, but I mean, it'd be great if they were actually saving money during this time. It's like the government shut down, we're going to save money, but they're not. They're just they keep accruing, and then when they open, they have to pay all that stuff back. It's like stupid.
Right. The
What's the
people
point
just
of the shutdown?
people
Nothing is
feel
shut
it.
down.
Right. The people feel like we're pawns in this, right? It's just kind of holding it over everyone's head, right? There are real people out
Hmm.
there that are not getting a paycheck, and I think it gets amplified. You go from most people don't have enough saved, right, that they can go through 1 month, and then as it drags on, it gets worse and worse.
Hmm. Yeah, especially the people that are, in the military, the traffic controllers, TSA, those type of
Yeah, I mean, I
people.
ask you, like, do you feel comfortable? If we get more and more stress with these flights, and they don't have the people as it is, and you're like, okay, I don't feel great about flying, right? To
No,
do this.
no, no, I would not fly. Right now, I would not fly at all. There's no way.
I know. They just had that what a plane crash in Louisville. I don't, little things like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
who knows, right? It's
yeah,
not
there
good.
was a plane crash yesterday, and then I think it was a UPS plane though.
Yeah.
But the local news, it's like we have two airports here in Houston, and the whole, the top story was 4 hour delays, 5 hour delays to get through the TSA line.
Yeah. Crazy.
There's like two
I even
openings.
heard that like some of the agents for different airline companies were like helping TSA. I mean, that's a madness.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
And the air traffic controllers are calling in sick because they're
Super
not they're not
stressful
getting
job
paid.
as it is, right? Are we gonna, go to bare bones on those people?
They
Oh,
have. They have already because
I
people
know
are
they
not showing up.
have.
So the
Right.
people who do show up are even more overworked than before. Um,
Uh,
so yes. I mean, take a look at it. That might be good for like car rental stocks. It's like everybody's renting a car
Everyone's going to
this
Hertz and
Christmas.
Avis and
Yes.
yeah.
Sell. This is a good pairs trade. Sell the airlines, buy the car rental companies.
Until we have a special rate until the government reopens.
Yeah, if they did that, that would be really smart. They should be
Yeah,
advertising that. Oh
absolutely.
man.
But it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to get more intense, and they'll ultimately reopen. But I think any day going as we get into that second month, or if we do, it gets worse and worse.
So they said that the SNAP, the basically food stamps stopped Monday. Head Start, which is a early child development program for like daycares, that stopped today. So you're gonna have the people on the lower end of the ladder start grumbling and complaining now very loudly. So that's going to affect the Democrats more than anybody else, right? So they might have to come to the table a little faster than they wanted to. We'll see what happens.
It affects the overall psyche of everybody, right? And you don't want to see that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pendulum, right? I think sometimes it goes too far in one direction, and then it goes too far in the other direction. So I can see it from both sides. I can see the people like, oh, hey, I need my food stamps because I don't have enough money. I don't make enough money from my job. And then from the other side, it's like, well, how long is the government supposed to feed you, right? You should be self-sufficient. So I can see both sides of it.
It's always important not to just jump to one side. I totally agree with that, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a one size fits all answer.
I kind of like how unemployment is limited, It's not forever.
Right. And you have
I
to
think,
prove that you're looking for a job. You have to do all that stuff.
yeah, so I
Um,
think food stamps and stuff like that should also be to some degree of that, but I'm not a politician, so it doesn't matter what I think.
right.
Yeah.
But
So,
it's very, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so back to our topic, Santa Claus rally or not?
I think so, but in a more muted fashion.
Okay.
I think it'll be a grind up to the end of the year. My bullish case is like a 7,000 limit.
So 7,000 is only right now we're at 68.25. So 7,000 would only be like about another 3%.
Yep.
That's it for the rest of the two
Yep. I
months.
think we're going to have some little dips and we'll slowly grind up, and that's where we'll end up.
Hmm. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to be a little bit more
You're wearing red,
uh
so you're going to be more bearish.
no, I think it's going to go higher than that.
Really?
Yeah, I think we get a good rally into the end of the year. I think we get another 5-6% from here.
All right. What's the catalyst for that?
Um, so the AI trade is still going. Nvidia's earnings coming out. If they have good earnings, we're going to shoot a little bit more because that's the canary in the coal mine. If they have bad earnings, look out below. Supermicro had earnings, didn't do that well yesterday. AMD had earnings there. I don't know how they did, but they're like, the news was okay. But
Did you see the news
Broadcom,
with Palantir?
Uh, Palantir is a different animal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were short selling it, and the guy, the president or the CEO, was like all going nuts about it. It's like, okay, dude, do your job. Let people handle the market. You do your job.
Yeah.
But that guy's a bit of
Yeah. It's a little loose.
he's
Yeah.
off. Um, and so they're way overextended in terms of Palantir and the PE ratios and all that stuff. So it makes sense that it's definitely a good short. Will it keep going higher? Will you make money on the short? I don't know. Uh,
Well,
my thinking
Michael very
is,
well if he does.
I mean, for him though, it's he can wait, right? He doesn't have to. It's not like a 6 month or 2 month thing. He can wait like 3 years.
Yeah.
So over the next 3 years, will the AI bubble and the Palantir bubble pop? Probably, you know. Um, so at that time, who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, he can wait. So he's playing the long game, and because like the mortgage thing, when he got all that money, that didn't happen in a week, right? That happened over several years,
Yeah.
5-6 years that they had to hold on to make that trade work. So this is probably going to be something similar. But yeah, anytime you see a bubble, go short. If
Hmm.
you can hold on, you might make money. Uh, right. And so, um, So my thesis going forward is like if Nvidia has good earnings, which we think that they will, because they're making all the all these deals with all these companies. Now the CEO what's his name? Jensen Wang.
Yeah, Wang Jensen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just sold $1 billion worth of stock for himself. I don't know what that tells you. Does that mean that he thinks the top is in, or maybe he's just like, let me take some money off the table.
Let me just secure a little bit of
Yeah.
funds. Probably.
Let me go buy that private island.
Like I said, there's a price for everybody, right?
Uh, so take that, maybe that's a signal that their earnings will not be as good. I don't know. I think they will be okay. And I think we do go higher from here, maybe like another 5%. So 7,300, 7,400 on the S&P. I think
Okay.
NASDAQ will do better, but that's what I'm saying about S&P. We'll see. We got 2 months.
How about gold?
I hope it goes higher. I am long gold.
Yeah.
But I think that the fever has broken.
Hmm.
And so if it does go, it's going to go slowly, not as fast as it was going before.
Yeah, I'd agree.
The true range, if you look at the average true range, it just got, the moves, the daily moves were just very wide, very long. And so it needs to come back a little bit. Had like a blow off top, and now it's going to consolidate for a little bit. And then I think it still goes higher just because of the fundamentals haven't changed. Central banks are still buying,
Hmm.
and they have time on their side as well. So they don't have to buy it at this level, right? They can wait. So I think it got overheated just because everybody was jumping into it. Wall Street was jumping in hand over fist.
Right. You
Uh,
see everybody getting into it.
Yeah, so then you're going to see everybody get out, and it'll calm down, then it'll go sideways, and then it'll start slowly, slowly inching up again. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I do have, I still have, I had a couple of futures contracts. I got rid of one. I have one now. I'm still underwater heavily on it. But I'm going to be selling covered calls on the futures contract until things hopefully turn positive again.
Nice.
So I'm trying that. I've never done that before. Covered calls on futures contracts. Never done that. So I'm learning how that works. I'm learning the different ways to handle it because now you have two things that are going to expire. You have the options that are going to expire, and then you have the futures contract that's going to expire.
And
And
how they're all working together.
yeah, so and margin and all that effect is it's not fixed, right? The margin keeps changing. So I'm learning that. So that's going to be something we're gonna put in the club as well. Like, hey, so
You're
I want
like a
to,
real life guinea pig on that one.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of our jobs, right? So I
Yeah,
want to
it
take a
is.
look and
Absolutely.
I want to do a comparison. It's like, okay, if I was going to put this much money, like take the same amount, and you say, okay, I'm going to put this much money either in a futures contract, let's say in gold, and sell covered calls on it, versus if I do the same amount of money in like say GLD and sell covered calls on that, you know, where can I make the most money? Stocks and ETFs or futures? Who knows? I think the future side will be a lot more bigger in numbers and faster moving. So
Sure.
that's my hypothesis for now. I don't know until we actually do it, but
All
um,
right.
we'll
That's a
see how it
report
goes.
back.
Yeah, so like on a percentage basis, how do we do? So um, that'd be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. But there's so many things I'm looking forward to. It's like
Oh yeah. I mean,
I got a whole wall of stuff that I want to do. It's like, oh, I want to write this book and I want to do this book and I want to do this and I want to do that. And
that's the beauty of
so
trading. There's always something. It's
yeah,
always something
there's
to
not
figure.
enough time. There's not enough time to do it all.
No. Yep.
Cool beans. So you wanna take a look. Let's take a look at our SmackDown.
All right.
All right. Oops, not me. You share.
All right.
There. Okay. So let's see. How many people did we get? Not too many this time.
No, we got a
A few people
not a
less
terrible
than
amount.
no. All right. Oh, Frank's back with Lucid again.
He wrote in there. He said, "I'm going to try this baby out."
All right. Well, he's already up. He's already up
Uh,
6%. All
but
right.
here,
We got Palantir, Joby, Parker Hannifin, Son. What the heck is Son? Look at that,
I know there's some
32%.
definitely some ones that I haven't looked at, right?
Uh-huh.
PH is a good one. I forget what that is.
Parker Hannifin, defense
Okay.
contractor.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's see.
Son is Sonnet Biotherapeutic. Okay.
Brandon hit that one right so far.
All right. Then we got ROIV. I don't never heard of this one either. Everybody's like, they're just looking at like, oh, wow. Okay. Nice chart on that one.
Mhm.
All-time highs was at $8 earlier in the year. Now it's at 20. Got earnings in a couple days, but that, yeah, it's up and to the right. Um, Donut.
Krispy Kreme.
Is
I was,
it?
yeah, I was surprised Mr. Strickland went with Krispy Kreme.
Ah, okay. Well, it's a less than a $4 stock. So let's see what happens there.
I think Krispy Kreme was at one point it was 150 or higher. I could be wrong about that.
I think the low 52-week low was $2.50
Wow.
this year. Yeah. And it had a high of 12.
Okay.
So it's on the low end of the range.
It's like in Peloton range.
And we got Nvidia, we got BE, which is what is that? BE is Bloom Energy. Okay, that's one on the list, on
Mhm.
the meme stock list. Meta, BMNR, that's another one, and then AGQ, which I don't know. All right, that is
Yeah,
SIP.
man, R is a repeat. Know that.
AGQ is leveraged silver ETF.
Silver ETF.
So that one kind of looks like gold also. Kind of had a big top, then it's now trading in between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. So we'll see how that goes. So right now, Brandon is in the lead with SONN. Coming after him is Bloom Energy, and then we got BMNR and Lucid. So yeah, I mean, you know, right now it's 32%, but that could be up, that could be down tomorrow, 30,
That's right.
10%. So never know. Cool
Why
beans.
we
All
do
right,
this.
so this is the list for the November SmackDown. The winner gets a prize at the end of the month. We gotta figure out what we do with Mark if he gets if he wins again. um, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, good
Give
luck to
you a first
everybody.
repeater.
Yeah, good luck to everybody. So sweet. Um, what else? Anything else you got?
No, that's it.
What's coming up this week or next week?
Ooh, too much. I mean, now that we got all the, the big earnings away, it should starting to calm down a little bit going forward. That past week, last week was just such a dynamic week. We had so much going on, it's very rare that you see the Fed, everything was just that week, right? So it's kind of like an exhale right now, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of headlines, right? A lot of companies are laying people off. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
I think there's something to pay attention to that AI is starting to really affect some of these companies that are doing, you can see it with the layoffs across the board.
hmm Yeah. So even though you had ADP number that was good, um, we'll see how that lasts. And that's what the Fed is going on, right? The private data at this point, because they don't have enough data. But you also hear the different restaurants, like the fast food restaurants and the quick, they're all saying the same thing. People are not coming as much,
Oh
whether it's
yeah,
a
what Pizza Hut was in the news, a couple others.
Pizza Hut. They're looking to sell Pizza Hut because
Yeah.
it's not doing well.
Right.
Yum is looking to sell them. McDonald's is saying, lower income people are not coming.
Mhm.
Chipotle is saying the same thing. Kava had bad earnings. Kava dropped off a cliff.
Denny's,
Um,
another one.
I haven't seen Denny's, but
That,
yeah.
that was in the news today.
And so let's see. I mean, people are pulling back. even if they're not out of a job. So check Brinker. Yeah, even Brinker. Brinker is Chili's. At one time he was a darling. They were like, "Oh yeah, Chili's has turned around. Everybody loves Chili's now." Stock is a 52-week low today. It was
Right?
at
Everybody
100.
was going to Chili's there for a while. It was
It was at 190 at one point in the year. Now it's at 101.
how
So
about check Texas Roadhouse?
is
Curious
that
about that one. I haven't checked that one in a while.
TRX?
TXRH, I think.
TX. Yeah, you're right. That one right now is trading at 166, was a high of 206 and a low of 148, so it's still in the middle. They have
Okay.
earnings coming out on tomorrow after the bell, so that might push it up or down, but it is definitely below all the moving averages, so not in a good situation. Um, and that one is now the biggest restaurant in the country in terms of locations.
Yeah, there's
Um,
always it's always packed.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I
Yeah.
mean, Cane's is still opening locations, which is it's a private company, so we don't know. But I mean, I don't get that place. That place I do not get.
You don't
Like
like canes.
it's okay. I mean, we go there once in a while when I can't find anything else to eat. It's like okay, I have to eat it. Okay, it's like, But it's like, what do you want? Chicken fingers or chicken fingers
Chicken fingers
or
or
chicken fingers?
chicken fingers.
Or you want a sandwich? Yeah, I want a sandwich. Okay, it's chicken fingers in a bun. Oh, like, come on. And they're doing so well. It's like
Hey,
I
they love them.
they listen to Buffett. Put all your eggs in that one basket.
That's right. Go with canes.
Go with the finger.
Put all your money on cane. Ride
Go
that
with the
chicken finger.
go with the finger. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It was funny because like Netflix and Meta on earnings, they sold off big. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they did okay. Nvidia is coming out, so we'll see how. I think what is that? That's five of the seven, and then Nvidia is coming out, and I don't know who the seventh is. So
NVIDIA just surprises everyone every time, including
for
myself.
now, yeah,
Yeah, but they've over exceeded my expectations.
right. But there's eventually is going to come a time when
Yeah, it has to.
they're
It
going to
just
miss.
cannot continue. Everything cannot continue to just go up, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. But $5 trillion company, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if they're under five now.
Did they go down?
A little bit, maybe just enough.
Mhm. $201 today, so not that far off. And their earnings is on the 19th, so we still have time.
That will definitely be one to pay attention to. Most people will, for sure.
Yeah.
So yes, we do have some big things coming up.
I mean,
Something like that, it can move the market.
it's them. It's going to be AVGO, Broadcom earnings, and the Fed and the shutdown, anything related to shutdown. If that ends, that'll be good for the markets, I think. If not, we'll keep trudging along um, until something bigger happens, um, which I
But
don't foresee
at least
anything.
the tariffs are off the table for now.
Well, we'll
I
get
mean,
a ruling on it
mostly.
soon.
Right.
We'll get a ruling on it soon. Will that make things a little bit cheaper? Probably. Mhm. You know, so we'll see what happens. But even then, like even if the tariffs are less, um, the markups on these things are so high that it doesn't really. I was watching this video, uh, and this guy was talking about, oh yeah, there's this website called AliExpress, and they are a Chinese website, and they have all this stuff for sale that you can buy super cheap, and they'll ship it to the US. And so what people do is that they will put up a website, like a storefront, selling things from AliExpress, and they will mark them up 100, like 1,000%, 2,000%, 2,000%, not a 200, 2,000%.
2000.
And then they advertise on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and whatever, and people are buying this stuff thinking that these are like really quality products. My father actually bought one because we got in a fender bender a couple weeks ago, so there's like a little dent in the back of my
Right.
wife's minivan. So he bought this thing that it has a suction cup, and you stick it on the car, and you pull, and it pulls out the dent.
I think I've seen this.
So it's like this little orange thingy, and I'm like, what the heck did you buy? He goes, oh no, it was only like $10. And I'm like, okay, but you just wasted $10 because I don't think this is gonna work. He goes, just try it. It's only $10. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll try it. I haven't tried it yet. But then I went to AliExpress and I looked it up and I typed it in. I'm like, car dent removal thingy. And there's the picture of that same exact thing. 99 cents.
99 cents.
99 cents.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, okay, even if Trump puts 100% tariff on this thing and it goes to $2, they're still going to sell it for $10. It's not gonna, they'll sell it for $12.
Yeah, so there's a buyer somewhere.
Oh, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, Dad,
Well, you gotta see if
AliExpress.
it actually works. Maybe
Yeah,
that.
I don't think it's gonna work. My kids were playing with it. They're like, it doesn't stick on anything.
I've seen that before. That's so funny.
Oh man. So anyway, but yeah, so with the tariffs, if it goes down, the companies will make a little bit more money. I don't think they're gonna lower prices much if the tariffs go away. Um,
At least the outrageous rhetoric of, between Trump and China is kind of off the table for now.
well, they pushed it out for a year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like for a while there, we don't know. It's just like,
Yeah. And then maybe we won't get like, oh hey, we don't like you, so we're gonna put tariffs on you. you know. But that is how he stopped all the wars, right? Like he went to the countries and he's like, you and you, no more fighting, or I'll put tariffs. And they're like, okay.
right. But I mean, there is a little bit of Trump, right? You just don't know what he's gonna do. So that kind of keeps people in check. I mean, it does.
I watched the 60 Minutes video or interview with him. Um, and he did not seem like he was mentally out of it. He seemed like he was all there mentally.
Yeah, he has these like that one, I'm sure. Like I've listened to different documentaries on him and different interviews, and he seems to be different in different places. Like
Really?
yeah, he does. He sounds like okay, he doesn't sound so far off the map on some things, and other times he's just coherent. I mean,
No,
depends.
like he was on the ball. I mean, I'm sure it was edited, right?
Sure.
But he was on the ball, and every time she said, she asked him a question, he always knew who to blame it on. He always put his points first, didn't answer the questions, and he basically came out and said, "Look, I'm not gonna tell you. You're a reporter. Why do I gotta tell you anything?"
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's honesty. That's like, yes, that's what I want to hear. Even though I'm not Republican, that's what I wanted to hear. That's what you want your president to be. Like
Well, you
little
want him to make
tough.
a decision, right? You don't want him to waver. You want him to be convicted in what they're doing. Um,
hmm And
for
that
sure.
was a lot more refreshing than giving an answer, but not answering the question.
Right.
This is like, no, I'm not telling you that. Like, good try, but no. Next. I'd rather have that kind. That's to me, that's totally being blunt and honest. Like, I appreciate that a lot more than, well, blah 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 blah. Like, no, shut up.
Right. You get the half truths. Right.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for today. Unless you got anything, our next call will be on. Oh, Friday. I will not be here, so we are going to be missing next week. So on Friday we will not be having a call. We'll be back on Wednesday, which is the 12th.
The 12th. Okay.
The 12th, and Veterans Day is on the
11th.
11th.
Yeah.
So markets are closed. Do you know?
I do not know that actually.
All right, so we'll have to find that out and check. We might get an extra day of theta there. So we'll see.
Just checking real quickly. Let's see. It's like I need ChatGPT right here, right now. Okay.
Yes, the market is open.
You're much quicker. So it is open. Okay.
Okay, so never mind.
All right.
Regular day. Bond market is closed, but the stock market is open.
The bond market's sleepy anyways. Worried about that.
Yeah. So, oh well, no extra theta, but still, it'll
I know.
probably be a
I do
slow
love that
day.
extra theta when it's on the weekend. It's nice, huh?
Yep, those are nice. You get an extra day off. Cool
Good
beans.
deal.
All right, folks. So that's it for today. We will see you all next week on Wednesday. And if you have any questions, you have anything, reach out to us. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. You can put a comment in the video below. We'll answer it. Or help at optiongenius.com is our email. And we'll see.